Hello Aries, welcome to my channel. This is Josie K Tarot. I'm Josie K and this is also the first half of November 2018 reading. This is an overall message reading. I'm asking Spirit to please provide messages with regards to what's going on with Aries at this point in time. Now remember, this is a number 2 year. 2018 is 9, 10, 11. 11 is 1 plus 1, which means 2. We have been through a process this year, us and those who we've been in connection with and to, trying to decide on how the future is going to start out, right? Because the path is a good 7 to 9 years long. We're in the path of number 2, trying to decide what this future is going to be about. When it comes to finances, when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to right or wrong, should I or shouldn't I, which path, which choice, which decision is the right one for me. Now, because of my personal readings, I have come to the realization that a lot of people have found their creative gift, talent, hobby, or skill, that people have found their financial direction that will lead them into their next 7 to 9 years. But there are still those who have yet to clear themselves from old patterns and cycles. Now, when we get into the month of November, November is also number 11. 1 plus 1 is 2, meaning Spirit is helping you now this far in your path to make the right decisions, to see your truth. When I looked at my first Lenormand spread, Spirit wanted to talk about the Aries energy that is trying to sweep away the energies of feeling stuck. There may have been some form of communication in the past for this Aries, where they wanted to make a wish come true regarding that communication. They were wanting to roll the dice and see if they could create a new chapter with another direction or person, circumstance, or situation. But they've been reborn through this process. They have learned a lot about themselves. Even though there was a strong desire to move in a very playful and fun direction, Spirit's saying now is the time with the broom to sweep away from people, places, circumstances, environments, and ways of thinking that got us into a position of sadness and regret, especially over this last year, okay? So in the first couple days here of November 2018, for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is a very amazing reading. I just want to say right off the bat, and you're going to understand why. Right off the bat, Spirit is saying you are in a solid foundation when it comes to your financial ideas, your creative projects, the home and environment that you currently reside in, even though part of you may be dreaming, wishing, and hoping for a different opportunity in your life when it comes to some form of success. Now, in the first week of November 2018 for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, look at this. Again, we have the letter twice. So I do feel like if you've been waiting on some form of communication, whether it's finances or a personal situation, Aries, I feel as though that information, that communication is set to come your way. Gosh, in the first week, maybe in the first 7 days of November 2018. Now, in the next 8-9 days, or I should say in the first 8-9 days of November 2018, there is going to come to the realization of this Aries energy that they're either Aries themselves or someone around them has been carrying sly and cunning, manipulative energies of the fox. And they're also recognizing in their thoughts position with the coffin energies that something has gone full circle spiritually. It could even be the lesson of, I used to manipulate things. I used to have sly and cunning behavior, or I connected with those who did. And now I realize the lesson through this communication, through these desires, that what I wanted was not good for me, and that it was a spiritual lesson that thankfully is coming to an end. Now, when we get into the second week of November 2018 for Aries, look at this. Again, we have the Scythe, 2 cards in the same position from 2 different decks for the 3rd time in this reading, meaning not only are you going to bring a very quick and swift ending to the realization of sly and cunning behaviors, actually it's this way, or a sly and cunning manipulative connection, but you're going to be very strong in your thoughts about what does not serve you in your path, Aries. Why? Because in the outcome position, we have a very well-dressed masculine energy and someone looking back, reflecting on, investigating, contemplating, figuring out why there needed to be an ending to that situation. Probably amazed with themselves, this Aries, that I put a lot of energy into something that just was meant to teach me about myself and was not meant to go any further. So for some Aries, we have a long and difficult path regarding the desire for financial abundance and security. A desire to shine like the sun and feel like a kid again. But with those desires came a lot of anxiety. Whether it was kind words, messages, gifts, there was always confusion. And the confusion started within Aries. They were bored, they were mischievous, and they caused their own burden. They had the key to success, to communicate, to connect, to do what they wanted in a particular desire. But I feel like Aries was the one who was manipulating what they brought into their path that was a lesson. If not, it's definitely someone else, and you guys have learned your lesson. So starting out in a circle spread using the Tarot of Dreams deck by Lee Burston. We've got the 10 of Wands. So this is Spirit's way of saying you've learned from the path is over. You know, 9 was the end, and now 10 is the point where you say, am I ready to lift this weight off my back? Have I learned from this long path, this experience, this lesson that has weighed me down for too long? It is time for the wands to dissipate and for you to stand back up as a stronger person now, Aries. And in your thoughts to come to the realization that one path no longer serves you. That it's time to learn from what was, especially when it comes to love and romance, that no longer fulfills you, so that you can rise to a higher spiritual level. As we learn about ourselves, we climb to a higher spiritual level where Spirit can now bring us into contact with those who are meant to bring us peace, joy, happiness, and fulfillment in our life, and us with them. But we need to release the energies of walking in our shadow side in order for Spirit to bring us the blessings. We need to walk in our highest truth, in our highest best good, and in the highest best good of those we have manifested in our life path with us. In your relationship sector, Aries, for the first half of November 2018, Spirit's saying, pray to Spirit and have faith that you will be freed from the weight of the past, that you will be able to walk away from that which no longer serves you if you continue to pray regarding your relationships with others in the first half of November 2018. It is a time to create financial abundance and happiness and joy for yourself. It's time to set goals and meet goals and to become like a well-oiled machine where you always have something to look forward. You always to, because you always have goals and intentions you will continue to set over and over again in your future, not to get distracted by other passionate thoughts or boredom or mischievous energies. Creatively, we have an Aries who may be dealing with someone who also has fire in their chart, Sag, Aries, or Leo. And spiritual advice in your actions position, Aries, is to free yourself. And that's what I feel is taking place in the first week and a half of November 2018. Is Spirit saying, recognize that the Eight of Swords is a figment of our imagination. We get ourselves stuck in our mind, in our soul, in our body, in our life path because of our own thoughts. So you need to take action to free yourself from that which has weighed you down, to set new creative ideas, goals, and intentions for your future, Aries. Because emotionally, we have the energies of sadness and regret. Emotionally, we have the energies of poverty consciousness. If we worry about finances, we will cause for our aura to darken and to actually repel finances from coming into our path. So we need to start to, again, set financial goals and intentions that we can get excited about, and leave our connections with others up to Spirit. Pray to Spirit in our relationships, in relation to others, to guide us in a path of contentment and joy, to bring us together with those who match our truth, our highest, best energies in our life path. Here you guys are in your subconscious, Aries. Spirit is saying with the Queen of Cups energies, you can listen to your intuition, which will help you to make the right decisions through prayer to release that which has been a weight on your back. For some Aries, you may be thinking about or praying about a connection with someone who has water in their chart, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And again, Spirit's saying, release the energy, the focus of things that were not for your highest good in the first couple weeks of November 2018. Know that day to day, Spirit is trying to help you to give yourself a pat on the back for how far you have come in your life path, what you have learned about yourself, what you have learned about your knowledge, your experience, and the successes of your life. It is indeed now time to think about, how do I move forward in my path? How do I pack up all of what I've learned and move towards a path of financial abundance and security? That means in your own path, Aries. How do I continue to set goals, to let go of old, harsh energies, thoughts, and feelings? Knowing that as I set new goals for my future, I will free myself from being stuck in my thoughts. I will free myself from worrying about finances. I will free myself from sadness and regret. For Spirit is giving me the strength with the major arcana, Temperance, in the inner strengths position of the circle spread, to heal from that which was wearing me down, from that which I caused for myself that kept me stuck in some way. I know now that Spirit is helping to give me the strength to set new goals and intentions for myself, so I can free myself from all that has been, and I can open my heart to my intuition, because I know that intuition is how Spirit speaks to us and guides us when it comes to our best, highest good. It is a time to focus on what makes you happy. What is it you like to do day to day creatively? Whether it has to do with career or just an art project at home. That is how we center ourselves. We come back into the child within, and we start to set new goals and intentions for our future. Now is the time to do that. Spirit is saying in the first week of November 2018, with the major arcana, the Emperor, it is time to get clear, organized, logical, disciplined, focused, and determined when it comes to what your future path is going to look like. So Aries, if there is a truth that needs to be told, you need to do so with either a difficult child or someone who may be acting like a child, someone who may have Earth in their chart, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Even though this may cause some heartache, Spirit's saying, we have seen the long and difficult path that your soul, and many paths that your soul has had to endure. Therefore, we are giving you the major arcana judgment to help you to make the right decisions, Aries. as you may have someone coming towards you in a very passionate way who wants to communicate with you. Like I said before, with those 2-letter energies in the first week, week and a half or so, maybe even up to 2 weeks for some Aries. Somebody's going to want to communicate passionately, and yet harshly. Or they're going to want to speak their truth to you, and you just need to kindly and fairly and justly explain that I may have manipulated this because I made incorrect decisions about, just in general, I was acting in manipulative behaviors from my past. But now I've learned. Now I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know that I am healing as I am creating new creative projects, hobbies, gifts, talents, or skills for myself. I know now that I do not have to act in a sneaky, sly, cunning behavior that I may have acted like in my past, in my childhood, or because of situations that happened back when I was a child. Aries, you can now celebrate financial abundance and security in your own home with your own creative projects and ideas. You can now open your heart to the people who are already in your path, knowing that Spirit is going to be guiding you, especially when it comes to finances in the first half of November 2018, Aries, to find that position of financial contentment, abundance, prosperity, and joy. They're saying leave your worries and concerns about soulmate connections or having the right person in your path. Leave it up to Spirit as you focus on financial abundance and security, and Spirit will guide the right people into your path for you as a gift. So in the first week and a half or so of November 2018, Aries, you have the Hanging Man energies, which is a wonderful major arcana blessing. This gives you some time to really look at what has all transpired in your path, to think about different decisions you've made and where you are today before making any decisions in your future. And as you are waiting patiently, I do feel like somebody's going to come quickly towards you, maybe to test you, or if you have healed from whatever this is, Aries, the blessings are indeed on their way. The Wheel of Fortune will indeed turn in your favor, and you will receive successful abundance, prosperity, and recognition. You will receive a brand new idea, opportunity, something to celebrate when it comes to your goals and intentions, especially having to do with finances, career, or creativity. Stand strong in your path as others come towards you. If someone does come towards you with what feels like maybe a cup of love or a kind message or communication, recognize that that communication is but a small communication of love. It may not even involve the word love with the Page of Cups. It is just communication that we need to be careful we do not make into more than what it is. Because spiritual advice is saying with the Six of Swords, it's time to leave troubled waters behind when it comes to small communications that Aries has blown up into more than what it was meant to be. So in the outcome position going on into the center of November 2018, Spirit is telling Aries with the number 7, the battle is over. You don't need to fight a battle anymore when it comes to passion, when it comes to your old desires, when it comes to maybe a career location that you thought you wanted. Are you really stuck? Is it worth the battle? Because the door is open right behind this gentleman. He can give up the battle and he can move towards the beautiful flowing life of love, happiness, and kindness. All this Aries needs to do is let go of what was holding them back. Let go of old energies of sly and cunning behaviors or of those tied to someone else. Because someone else was worried only about finances. Someone else was only worried about not opening up. They were like clinging to what they had. And that's why Spirit's saying they've been a lesson to you. They were never going to give you their money, their life, their heart. And now that experience can fall away. But the tower isn't crumbling, right? You are being reborn. See, I love this depiction here of the tower because a major realization experienced by mid-November is helping for Aries to say, the storm is over. And now that the sun is shining upon me once again, I am coming to the realization that I have grown from what could have been a crumbling tower into a very solid and beautiful golden tower. I have learned that I am indeed able to build great success in the path that I currently walk in. And with that, I can give thanks to the beautiful people who are already in my life path, my family, my friends, and etc. So the spiritual advice for Aries is, as you move into the rest of November and on into your future, make sure you recognize someone who may come in with the magician energies wanting to manipulate you. Don't be afraid to speak your truth about equal give and take. Do you want the same thing as I do? When I call you, do you call me back? Do you do as you say to show your devotion to me? Spirit saying you can now let go of those who do not give back. Let go of the sadness and the regret. Wonderful things are set to head your way if you free yourself from what was and focus on new hopes and wishes for your own future, Aries. When it comes to love, somebody will be blessed to come your way when you are happy and fulfilled in your own path. Your light will start to shine brightly because you are content in your own path, and that is the beacon where Spirit sees, for those of you who are single, that you are indeed ready for a soulmate, okay? They're not going to bring a soulmate towards you if you're carrying these burdens still. So I'm going to bring in spiritual advice and close with spiritual advice using the Wisdom of the House of Night deck by PC Cast and Colette Baron Reed. All right, we had a couple cards fall. Let's see what they had to say. Okay. Okay, so basically this is a really good overall message, the first two cards that fell. They're saying listen closely to someone who communicates with you maybe in the next first week and a half or two of November 2018. Listen not to the words that they're telling you, but to their actions. We do have sly and cunning energies here, and Spirit saying that something needs to come to an end. So with the Scythe energies in the second half of November 2018, hopefully this Aries energy is going to realize that indeed it's time to cut away from a connection, circumstance, or situation that does not serve you, a person, circumstance, situation, or environment that is not healthy for you. The spiritual advice is saying let go. They're giving you the strength of the warrior energies within you and around you in the first half of November 2018, Aries, to recognize complicated situations before they even start. How will you recognize them? Well, this person, circumstance, or situation, you're going to see clearly by the end, or by the middle, of November 2018, that they are deceptive and that they deceive you. And then they go and hide behind their wall. They keep you blocked out. So Spirit's saying, meditate about what it is that brings you playfulness and joy and happiness in your life, and let the energies of deceit, and however this means to you, Aries, fall behind, fall away, because that lesson is over. Now, we have freedom of choice. So we can either choose to move forward and reconnect with someone new and go through this whole entire lesson again, or we can learn from this lesson, find joy in our path, and know that through our prayers, when we are ready, when we are remaining loyal to our own path and who we are day to day, our own goals and intentions, as we are going towards our own goals and intentions independently. Not only is Spirit going to be blessing you with the High Priestess of Earth, who's going to guide you when it comes to financial abundance and security, but she's also, or Spirit is also going to give you the hope to step beyond your fears and create great things in the path by which you already currently reside. Take an oath to yourself not to let someone come in and manipulate you ever again in your future. so that you don't end up feeling trapped and stuck once again. We are never stuck. This poor bird is sticking out its chest, trying to remain strong in its path, thinking that it's stuck, but the door has been open on the back of the cage this entire time. We have the freedom to, yes, take our mind, body, and soul and move it in any direction we so choose here on earth. But Spirit is here to help Aries protect themselves as they make decisions, as they find the confidence to protect their heart when chaotic energies come and go, so that they can guide you to the higher path of fulfillment and joy, the path of happiness, of love and contentment and peace that we are all being led to find. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, share, and subscribe. I do have a donation link below if you wouldn't mind helping for me to continue to do these general and personal readings for you. Take care and God bless.